Hi, this is Happy David. I did a video yesterday on the Brigham City authorities not allowing pamphlets to be passed out only on certain designated sidewalks around the Brigham City new temple. I said, and the ACLU said, big government, don't do that, Mormons. The sidewalk belongs to everybody, not just the Mormons. And when the Mormons have an activity or an event, they can't fence off the public sidewalks for their own use. Well, this was a free speech, and so someone corrected me. I think free speech is the first part of the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights. Well, anyway, the story is that they're dedicating a new Mormon temple, and they have all these buses rolling in with people who want to go through the open house of a new Mormon temple. Well, this little church down the street from the Mormons printed up some pamphlets that said they had some differences with the Mormon church. They said that they don't believe in killing people. They don't believe in marrying 14-year-old girls. They don't believe in killing 120 innocent people at Mountain Meadows. They don't believe in magic hats and men peering into hats, looking at a rock, making up scriptures, and marrying, two 14-year-olds, a couple of 16-year-olds, and then other wives, like 28 of them, that were married to other men. They call that adultery in this little church. So anyway, they put this information that they disagreed with the Mormon church in a pamphlet. And then they wanted to use their constitutional rights to walk on the sidewalk. And when these buses came in with all these Mormons on it, to just hand out their opinion. You don't have to take the pamphlet, just say, no thanks, walk by. They don't block the sidewalk. And so they made up a new law in Brigham City that there's only certain sidewalks that the anti-Mormons can use. And of course it's the back of the temple where the restrooms are and the horse pastures, and it hasn't seen a human being in 300 years back there. And so the ACLU has as much money as the Mormon church does to fight this kind of shit. And so the Mormon church is afraid of the ACLU because their attorneys are as good and as the Mormon attorneys, and they have enough money to keep going. And most of the time they have the American people supporting the ACLU. Not all, but some. So anyway, I did my video yesterday, and maybe some of you did your own videos, but damn, 24 hours, they dropped it. They dropped it. The city council said, our bad. And we go, it was. Mormons trying to make everybody else be a Mormon and not look at anything that other people have to say. So they don't have the sidewalks now with the apostate signs on it. Apostates this way. So they limited, reasonably, I don't see a problem with this, they limited the people passing out pamphlets to 4 on each street. That seems reasonable. You put 200 people on a sidewalk, that starts to block the sidewalk and impede the public's use of the proper use of a sidewalk. So anyway, they dropped it because they called their fancy attorneys here in Salt Lake City. I've only tangled with them once or twice. They're smart as a whip, but I beat them on disability law. Mormons don't know shit about disability law. And anyway, long story short, the attorneys called them up and go, you're bad. And they go, oh shit. So they went down and took their signs down and took down the police tape. Do not cross this line. There's apostates on the other side. So, the big government of the federal government is saying to the Mormons, you don't own Utah. State government doesn't rule all of Utah. This is a constitutional right that doesn't have anything to do with Utah. Well, one of my comments the other day said, the Mormons believe in all of the freedoms of the free speech, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, until someone tries to exercise them. I thought that was funny. I did. I thought that was pretty clever and pretty funny. So now, your question is in your mind, I can feel it. Did the ACLU drop its charges? No, because you've got to send these things through the court system to get a precedent. So when the Mormons try this somewhere else, the attorneys can look right to the Supreme Court and say, see, there in Brigham City it was already decided. The sidewalks belong to the public. And if you're not impeding it and you're not a danger, you can hand out anything you want, free speech, on a sidewalk in front of a temple. So victory for the people. No, boo-boo for the Mormons and the Mormon City Council. The Mormons don't run Utah as much as they used to. It is a place for other people to come. It is still weird. There are still things that go on here, but if you like the mountains and the water skiing and the beautiful scenery and mostly non-polluted and open fields and a beautiful state, come here and vote the damn Mormons out. Vote their shit out like they did up there in Brigham City. When the Mormons try to pull shit, the federal, big government, and anti-conservative. No, it's freedom of speech. It's freedom to exercise and to redress the government. And it's freedom to gather peacefully. And you can't do that in a Mormon community unless you and I and others, the 155 countries that look at my videos, be aware that the Mormons, if you elect Mitt Romney and he says he's going to protect religious freedom, there you see it. There's his idea of religious freedom. Mormons can do what they damn well please. The rest of you get the hell out of the way. Get the hell out of the way. That's religious freedom to Mitt Romney. The sidewalks are ours when we want them. When we want to have a Mormon parade, the streets are ours. Close your driveways. Close your businesses. Nobody can come in there. We're bringing down, a parade. The Mormons think they own Utah, and there's those of us that are saying, no, you don't. We have a right to use the streets. We pay taxes. We pay more taxes on our house here than most people pay in Utah. We're one of the highest tax districts. So I have a right to use the roads on Sunday. I have a right to go to the grocery store on Sunday and buy food, or bathing suits, or diapers, or whatever I want. So anyway, I thought some of you would find it interesting and cute. I know I have a lot of subscribers that are sock puppet channels, and many of them are owned by the Mormons and the Mormon Church. They want to know every day what I say, then the phones light up, the lights light up, and the flaming sword lights up looking for David. Because most of the time, I'm right. I've told you before, I don't think I know it all. Just most of all. Most of it I know. And I know you can't take a public sidewalk and use it only for a church function. That's against the law. I paid for that sidewalk. I have a right to walk on that sidewalk. And I don't have to be Mormon to walk on that sidewalk. So anyway, the people getting out of the buses, looking at the Brigham City new temple, are getting a new lease on life and some factual information about the Mormon Church. And it only took us 24 hours to turn that circus around. Thanks.